Okay, this is Bob's Essential Guide for the single guy, and this is single guy chicken. Real quick, easy way of making chicken. See, I've got the frozen chicken. I like Perdue. Perdue's a good brand. But, any kind of chicken thighs in the plastic. There's 4 pieces of chicken inside that plastic. So I put it in the microwave while I've got the frying pan heating up, right? And as soon as it's done, I'm going to show you how I throw everything together in the frying pan. And quick, simple, and easy. Okay, here's the second part now. I took the frying pan, a little bit of olive oil in the frying pan, and it's not fully defrosted. 4 minutes in the microwave in that plastic package, right? You cut the end off the plastic package, you fill it up with water in your sink, and you dump it out to rinse off the chicken. Well, this is still frozen, right? So I'm thawing it in the frying pan, basically. And you want to move it around. Let me rinse this off here quick. I always keep my utensils in the sink soaking, because that's the single guy way of doing dishes, isn't it? You know, you soak everything. And it works. It works. You soak things, especially in the city. They put chlorine in the water. So it kills the bacteria, it kills all the stuff. Now it's snowstorm Jonas, so I'm kind of stuck here, and I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to eat good, lots of fattening food today, because I might have to dig my car out again, right? So that's something to blog about later, isn't it? Okay, so it's freezing, or it's frozen, it's thawing, right? But you might as well throw in a can of mushrooms with the juice, right? Might as well do that. Okay. Some onions. And what you could do is you can sweat the onions. You know, you can fry the onions and the peppers first, and do that. Right. So you put that in there, right? Mushrooms, kind of push it around with the onions maybe. And like the idea of sweating mushrooms and onions is because you're going to get the flavor out, right? Now, some peppers. I put the peppers in the freezer because I don't use them that much, right? And this is a ghost chili, okay? This is a ghost chili. You don't want to cut it up too separate, because you want to pull that out before you start eating it. Otherwise, one of those little ghost chili things are going to get in your throat and you're going to gag on it, right? So you want to keep the ghost chili together, but you want to take the knife and put cuts into the chili, right? So that you can, that it'll get the full chili flavor in there. But you can pull the chili out later, see? But unfortunately I cut 1 or 2, so I'll just have to look for the red chili part, And I'll see. Tomatoes, maybe when it fully gets sweated, right? When everything gets sweated and stuff, then you might want to add the tomatoes then after that, right? And the cooking wine, balsamic vinegar, and I got some Merlot, right? And some Worcestershire sauce that I'll add later, and the chunk tomatoes, diced tomatoes, okay? Now garlic, you could throw that in right now. I'm like at the end of the garlic thing. I like lots of garlic, so you can use granulated garlic or garlic powder. Let's see, there must be some Italian in me somewhere. I don't know. Those Roman soldiers, they got around. Or oregano, a little bit of oregano, right? Now this is seasoning salt that I added other spices to. So I have like a mixture of all the spices that I like, and I just dump them all together, and you know, in the same container, so that it's easier. Basically, you would have garlic powder, turmeric, and everything in one container the way you always eat it all the time. See? So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I sprinkle a little bit of this in there. And it has all these herbs that are supposed to prevent cancer and fight heart disease and all that kind of stuff. You know, look that up on the internet. When you're trying to sweat the onions and the peppers and the mushrooms, you want to leave the lid off, evaporate it out, evaporate the liquid, because a lot of liquid comes from the frozen chicken. See? So you want to get rid of the excess liquid. So initial stage, you let it cook just like this and evaporate off all the stuff, right? To make sure that the onions and the peppers all get sweated appropriately, give up their goodness, you know, it tastes good. I took the liberty of throwing in a little bit of Tabasco. See, now Tabasco sauce, people don't understand hot sauce. They don't understand it. They just load up on hot sauce, especially all these college kids are always like taking hot, you know, doing hot shots and stuff constantly. What you want to do is, hot sauce has a flavor. It actually tastes good, right? If you get past the heat, right? Get past the heat, hot sauce actually tastes good. Tomatoes are actually sweet. So you add tomatoes to the hot sauce and it knocks down the hotness of it, so you get the flavor. See? That's when you really want to enjoy hot sauce. You want to taste the actual pepper itself. You don't want your tongue to get numb from the heat. Now I understand people get addicted to that. It's one of those good addictions, you know, to be addicted to hot sauce. It's actually a great addiction because basically you could be addicted to crack cocaine, or you can be addicted to wing sauce. And wing sauce is, you know, that's a good addiction. It does make you feel good. It causes the pain in your throat, in your mouth, in your tongue, or burning, and actually releases endorphins and makes you feel good. You know, masochism. No, I'm not saying go that far. You want to get the flavor of the hot sauce, right? So when you're using Tabasco, use only a couple of drops, and it's a secret ingredient. It's actually like a flavor enhancer. See, so you would only use a couple of dashes of Tabasco sauce. You would use maybe some Frank's Red Hot or some Cholula's. Cholula's is more of a Mexican kind of flavor. You could definitely taste the difference, and you know, when you taste them, you can tell. Like a Bloody Mary, for example. An awesome Bloody Mary is, well, you get a little tomato paste, and you get some nice tomato juice. Clamato or V8 would be good. And you add a little bit more tomato to it, right? And a little tomato paste to it to thicken it up. Black pepper and 2 different hot sauces, right? And the one hot sauce would be Tabasco, a couple of dashes of Tabasco, and then maybe use Cholula's or Frank's Red Hot, depending on which one you want. And you add that, a little bit of garlic in there too, right? And they make awesome Bloody Marys. Now you could also crush the ice in the blender and add it to that, and do that if you want to, but that's the idea with hot sauce. Alright, we're at this point now in which the chicken is thawed. It's, you know, broken up here a little bit, right? Gave off a lot of liquid in it, but the peppers are all soft and the onions are all soft. Put a little bit of black pepper on it, right? My all-purpose seasoning salt that I use, that I put everything in it, sometimes I put a little black pepper in there too. Well, basically, to save time and energy, you know you want things to taste a certain way. Add it to one container, and then that's a one-step process. See? Now, tomatoes, right? And a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Right. And a little bit of wine. Maybe a glass worth or something at the most. And you mix that stuff up a little bit. Now, to get it bubbling again, turn it high, right, and put the lid on it to get it boiling, and then you take the lid off and reduce down the heat. Okay, so you want to get it to the boiling point. It saves a lot of time and energy that way. So you turn it up really high, you put the lid on it, hold the heat in there, get it boiling. Then you take the lid off of it and turn it down. Saves you a ton of time doing that, right? And meanwhile, you get busy with the wine. I just drank some of the liquid that with a teaspoon, just put some of it in my mouth, and it's the right amount of heat, and it's doing it right, the idea. See, so yeah, I know I'm taking a long time on this video, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it if you want to do this right. Okay, now I mean I always talk too much about everything, in depth in the details about everything. Well, anyway, but some things have to take time. Just ask your girlfriend. She will agree with me. Alright, as you can see, it's pretty much done. It got darker. Everything got darker. And you can, like, move it around so there's not that much liquid, right? But it's still moist. Everything's still moist. And so you move this stuff aside, right? And you pick a victim, right? He's a victim. Boom. Right. Oh yeah. And it comes right off the bone. Real easy right off the bone. See? Oh no, that part. No, that's okay. That's okay. You see no red. You see no red in there, right? There's no red off the bone. You'll see like when they're not done, there'll be a reddishness on the bone, right? But you can like push the meat right off. So it's done. It's definitely done. So it's up to you now at this point if you want to put this part, like the mushrooms, the onions, and tomatoes, if you want to put that on a bed of rice, or you want to dump it into a soup pot, right? But this is like what the chicken looks like. It's nice and browned on this part, on this side. See? And this side, it's not as browned as much, but it still looks good and smells great. See? So this is basically what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay, now this is a proper presentation. This is, see, you've got the onions and tomato mixture here, which is great to eat with the chicken. Or you can put it in the soup pot, or you can make tomato paste, or spaghetti sauce out of this. This will make awesome spaghetti sauce. Just add extra tomato paste to it, right? If you're a single guy, maybe someday you'll get married. There's that possibility, accidents do happen, right? So you get married, now you can be domestic now, right? But you have to get rid of the chili because she'll complain. So a good woman who knows how to cook and is also really good looking, that's what you want, see? Because eventually the looks go away, but she can still cook, see? Okay, so, if you goof up, it's a mistake, but it's a tasty mistake, so I wish you happy mistakes.